And we're back on Southeast Texas Weekly, and we're talking with Ben Strusand, who is a Republican and running for the Republican nomination for the 36th Congressional District. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Kevin.
Give us your view. You have put forward the argument that your opponent is for tax increases. You're saying that he would,
I know, I'm saying he
saying
voted to raise property taxes 6 times.
You're saying he would increase taxes in Washington?
Kevin, what I'm saying is this is just part of the old guard Republican logic that Republican primary voters don't want in their elected representatives.
Help me understand, though. You're saying that he's raised taxes a half dozen times, but on the graphics that we're showing here, from 1980 to 1989, the chief appraiser of Tyler County says, look, he didn't.
Kevin,
so that's the breakdown we have.
Kevin, you're not even showing the chart that was attached to the letter. Come on.
Well,
show the chart attached to the letter at least. He started in 1979. I mean, that's their baseline, and you're not even showing it.
Here's the question I'm trying to get to you. If you're arguing the point that he's raised taxes a half dozen times during his tenure there, and you're not factoring into this matter of the Robin Hood, by your logic, in other words, by your logic, he and every other trustee in the state of Texas would have raised taxes because of Robin Hood, because of the changes there that were mandated by the Texas Supreme Court.
Well, but so his excuse, if I just follow your logic, is that the Democrats told me to raise taxes. The Democrat legislature in Austin.
Are you saying as a trustee, had you been on that school board, you wouldn't have raised taxes?
I would not have raised taxes. I would have voted against the property tax
increase. But the state forced that because of Robin.
How does a state force a school board?
It was a Texas Supreme Court decision, sir.
They were not forced. No independent governing body has been ever forced to raise taxes.
Okay, and be that as it may, Americans for Prosperity, that's where you've worked.
Mm-hmm. I was Texas chairman of it,
I should say.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. As part of Americans for Prosperity and as the chairman, you were not endorsed by that organization. Explain to us why.
Well, they don't endorse. They're a 501c4. They're not allowed to endorse.
They never endorse. They never support
they're
candidates.
not allowed to endorse candidates. But the executive director has endorsed me personally.
What do you make of this matter that we have seen in Nevada, where there seems to be, in some ways, a heavy-handed use of government on the rancher? In Washington, as our legislator, can you give us a sense of how you would vote on that issue?
Well, what's troubling to me is this family has been allowed to ranch and farm this property for 75 years. Mm-hmm. And suddenly the BLM, and I know there was a series of court cases, but suddenly the BLM has claimed that it's federal land, and they're attempting to remove this man and his family forcibly. And the real issue, I think, that's so disturbing to all of us that are small government constitutional conservatives is that the motives appear to be politically motivated, having much more to do with the uses of the land, with Harry Reid's involvement in corporate interests. And so I think that Americans are justified in being extremely concerned about the timing and the heavy-handedness of the federal government.
Is there another issue where you can promise the people of the 36th Congressional District, and in this case, really, I'm most concerned about the folks on this side of the district. It's quite a wide district. You ran in the district that actually runs all the way to Austin.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah, not long ago. 10 years ago.
Spent a lot. Spent a lot of money, a lot of your own money in that particular race to win it, and lost that race to Mr. McCall. How is it that you can assure the voters of this side of the district that your values and views are in line with what they would want?
Well, I realize I have to earn it, and that's why I've been traveling the district, and that's why every Tea Party organization and those of us that have Tea Party values, that's why they've all endorsed me. That's why the Tri-County Tea Party's endorsed me. That's why the Clear Lake Tea Party's endorsed me. And I have a huge number of endorsements from those that have similar political values, though I do, the Texas Alliance for Life, Texas Homeschool Coalition.
Is it not true, though, that about half of the candidates in the primary already have endorsed your opponent?
Yeah, and half have endorsed me. Okay, so I don't know exactly what your point is.
Well, my point is really it's more of a half and half than as you.
Well, I think there's a clear fault line in the Republican Party, and I know where I stand. I stand with the Republican insurgents and those that want to make significant changes in Washington, D.C.
And we have to leave it there. Thanks for being with us, Ben Strusand. We'll be back next time on Southeast Texas Weekly.
Southeast Texas Weekly, brought to you by the Modern Vein Surgery Institute at Privity Clinic for Surgical Care.